Jai Hind everyone. I'm Shraddha Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. So, in our video series of cybersecurity, today we'll be starting with Unit 5, which is about Introduction to Security Policies and Cyber Laws. Let's proceed. In this digital world, security policies are like rule books that organizations follow to keep information safe. Now, we all know that information is gold, data is gold. People sell data in huge amounts and at very expensive rate to different countries. People are trying to secure data. Now, in this era, it's very important that we have the security policies and we have the cyber laws so that people have that they can be reprimanded and they have certain laws which curtail them and prevent them from doing anything malicious to the society. So, these security policies and cyber laws, they act as a deterrent to the culprits who try to do certain cyber crimes. Now, why you need them? Risk management. There's a lot of risk these days that we give a lot of access to the image gallery location and anybody can misuse it. There are certain apps we download. We don't know that what malicious or what intent that person has who's sending us the link. Maybe some are the real links, some are the fake ones. So you can't differentiate nowadays. So that's why you need security policies so that anytime you're trying to do something wrong and you're violating security policy, you have a warning with you and you are more aware that okay, I have to have this password strength, I have to increase or get two-factor authentication, and you do that. So risk management, security culture and awareness, trust and reputation, competitive advantage and cost savings. Need for a security policy, competitive advantage, cost savings, continuous improvement. To legal information and it supervises the digital circulation of information, software, information security and e-commerce. So what is the importance of the cyber law? It will cover all your transactions of internet. It will keep an eye on all activities you've done and it will also touch every action and reaction you have. Area of cyber law. So the main areas where cyber laws are included are in fraud. People try to dupe and gain money and your confidential information for credit cards. So frauds are done there. Copyright, defamation, harassment, freedom of speech and trade, contract and employment laws. Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. The Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023, which was introduced in Lok Sabha on 3rd August 2023 by the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, has been passed by the Parliament, that is by Lok Sabha, on 7th August 2023 and unanimously by Rajya Sabha on 9th August 2023 and has further received presidential assent on 11th August 2023. That is Digital Personal Data Protection 2023. And even if you have your data on WhatsApp, Instagram, nobody has the right to breach your privacy and access that data. So there are certain laws which are done by the government to secure your data. Objectives. So what are the objectives? The objective of the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 is to establish a comprehensive framework for the protection and processing of personal data in India. This act will also aim that it balances the rights of individuals to protect the personal data, process data lawfully, recognize the need to process data for lawful purposes, and increase data sovereignty. Scope of Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. The scope of the Act extends to the processing of personal data in India, including both online and digitized offline data. It also applies to the processing of personal data outside India if such processing is related to offering goods or services to individuals in India. Online and offline data processing, cross-border data transfer rights for individual data fiduciaries establishing Data Protection Board of India. Now, intellectual property issues. Intellectual property IP issues encompass a wide range of legal concerns related to the protection of creations of the mind, including. So, intellectual property means it's not like a property of land, it is creations of the mind. That is the intellectual property which you solely own, right? Including inventions, literary and artistic works, design, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. There are four main types of IP: patent, trademark, copyright, and trade secrets. Patent. Patents protect inventions which are new and useful products or processes. A patent gives the owner the exclusive right to make, use, and sell the invention for a period of 20 years. Trademarks. Trademarks protect words, symbols, or designs that identify and distinguish the source of goods or services. A trademark gives the owner the exclusive right to use the mark on their goods or services and to prevent others from using a confusingly similar remark. Copyright. Copyright protects original works of authorship such as books, music, movies, and software. A copyright gives the owner the exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, perform, display, and create derivative works from the copyrighted work. Trade secrets. Trade secrets are confidential information which gives the business a competitive advantage. A trade secret can be anything from customer list to manufacturing process. So, patent means, for example, you have an idea and you have got an invention for it and you want to have the sole right for it. Nobody should copy. That's a patent. Patent domain is basically an invention which is a period of 20 years. Trademark. Trademark means, for example, let's say Pepsi has certain logo, Apple has certain logo. They have the trademark and nobody can use it without the permission, right? So there are word, symbol, and designs. Copyright means there are certain songs, lyrics, maybe a movie script, which the writers have the exclusive right to. And so if somebody wants to use a certain song or one movie in the other, they need to buy their copyright. So that is the copyright. Trade secret means it's like there's a customer list or a manufacturing process. IP issues can arise in a variety of contexts: infringement, misappropriation, licensing, enforcement. Infringement. Infringement occurs when someone uses an IP without the permission of the owner. Infringement can be direct, example, copying a copyrighted work, or indirect, example, using a trademark to confuse consumers. Misappropriation. Misappropriation occurs when someone takes advantage of an IP without the owner's permission but does not technically infringe the IP. Licensing. Licensing is an agreement between an IP owner and another party. It allows the other party to use the IP in exchange for a fee. Enforcement. Enforcement is the process of taking legal action to protect an IP from infringement or misappropriation. Businesses can take steps to protect their IP. First, you identify your IP. Businesses should identify all of their IP assets, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. Registering their IP. Businesses should register their trademark and copyright with the appropriate government agencies. Patents can also be registered, but registration is not required to obtain patent protection. Next is keeping their IP confidential. So, businesses should keep their trade secrets confidential by taking steps to prevent unauthorized disclosure. Monitoring for infringement. Businesses should monitor the market for unauthorized use of the IP. Taking action against infringement. Businesses should take action against infringement, such as sending cease and desist letters or filing lawsuits. Now let's discuss the legislation, the legal tender we have, which is the IP legislation in India. Imagine intellectual property. IP is a special kind of property like a house or a car, but instead of being a physical, it's creation of the mind. In India, we have laws to protect these creations just like we protect physical property. For example, there's certain land and there's dispute between brothers for that land. They'll go to the court and fight for that land. But what about there was an idea or a movie script which one person had and somebody stole that movie script and made another movie without giving him credit? So it was a creation of the mind. So for the intellectual property, in that case, who will secure that? So we have the intellectual property legislations for that. The main IP laws in India are like rule books for different types of creations. Patents Act 1970. This rule book protects new and useful inventions like a new type of medicine or a special machine. Copyright Act 1957. This rule book protects original works of creativity like books, movies, music, or paintings. Trademarks Act 1999. This rule book protects special symbols or words that businesses use to identify their products like a company logo or brand name. Designs Act 2000. This rulebook protects the unique appearance of products like the shape of a bottle or the design of a chair. Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999. This rulebook protects special names or symbols that identify products from a particular place like Darjeeling tea or Banarsi silk. Semiconductor Integrated Circuit Layout Design Act 2000. This rulebook protects the special arrangement of electronic components on a computer chip. Patent. Now, what do you understand by patent? Patent is a legal right which gives the inventor the exclusive right to make, use, sell, and import an invention for a limited period of time. In exchange for this exclusive right, the inventor must disclose the invention to the public in detailed patent application. Benefits of patents. There are several benefits. Increase the value of invention, make it easier to attract investors, help to establish inventors expert in the field. Types of patents: utility patent, design patent, and plant patents. Utility patents. Utility patents protect inventions which are new, useful, and non-obvious. This means that the invention must be something that has not been invented before. It must be useful in some way, and that it must not be simply an obvious variation of something that already exists. Design patents. Design patents protect the ornamental design of manufactured product. This means that the patent protects the way the product looks, not its function. Plant patents. Plant patents protect new and distinct varieties of plant. Copyright. Copyright is a legal right that gives the owner the exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, perform, display, and create derivative works from a work of authorship for a limited period of time. Copyright covers a wide range of works of authorship, including literary works. This includes book, articles, poems, musical composition, software, musical work, literary work, dramatic work, artistic work, and audiovisual work. So copyright can be in literary, for example, as an R.D. Sharma book, and you don't want somebody else to use the same question to produce another book because you have a copyright over it. Musical work, there are certain songs, let's say there's one Arjit song and there's some other singer who's trying to produce the same lyrics, so Arjit can claim this was my song. So for musical work, we have copyright. Dramatic work, there was a certain movie, another movie, just change the character a little bit here and there. The entire script was same, so they can claim that this was adapted from our movie and you didn't give us credit. Artistic work, there is certain photograph, painting, which is exactly like a modern art, and without giving credit again, they've used it. Audiovisual work, for example, this is a television show, movie, video games. Trademark, for example, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Google, Apple, they have the trademark logo. If there's another company which tries to copy exact logo, Apple can claim this was my logo, how dare you copy that? So there are two main types of trademarks: word mark, design marks. Word marks. Word marks are trademarks that consist of single word or phrase. Examples of word marks include Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Google. Design mark. Design marks trademark. So simple logo rather design. Design mark include Nike swoosh. Now, there are three types of patents. There is utility patent, there is design patent, and there is plant patent. Utility patents. Utility patents protect inventions which are new, useful, and non-obvious. This means that the invention must be something that has not been invented before. It must be in a world, it must be useful in some way and must not be simply an obvious variation of something which already exists. Design patents. Design patents protect the ornamental design of manufactured products. This means that the patent protects the way the product looks but not its function. Plant patents. Plant patents protect new and distinct varieties of plants. So, let's understand benefits of patents. Patents have several benefits. They are going to increase the value of your invention, make it easier to attract investors. That okay, this is the first product in the market which we are coming with. It is filling the gap in the market which was not present. For example, there's edamame. right? Like a product, let's say, so it is with the plant fabric or organic fabric is used, but there was nothing which was no fabric which used to use as plant fiber or is eco-friendly, but it was the first in the market. Now, if Ida Mama does the copyright that this is my patent and now nobody's going to copy it, so this invention will be one of its kind. So that is what you mean by patent. For example, um, there are patents for research you have. Then IP legislation in India. Let's discuss them in detail. Trademarks Act 1999, the rule book, protects special symbols or words that a businesses use to identify their product, like company logo, brand name. Trademark 1999 means they are having a certain trademark and there is a legislation which protects it. Designs Act 2000, the rule book, protects the unique appearance of product like the shape, model, or the design of a chair. Geographical indications of goods, registration protection 999. This rule book protects special names or symbols that identify products from a particular place, like Darjeeling tea or Banarsi silk. So GIA tags, like nowadays, so many products are given, so that there are certain products which are very exclusive to that location. For example, Banarsi saree is very famous. It is very famous in Banaras. You find it there itself. So we are going to give it some honor. So that is what is GIA tag, geographical indication of goods tag. Semiconductor integrated circuit layout designs Act 2000. The rule book protects the specific arrangement of electronic components of a computer chip. Now, businesses can take steps to protect their IP. Now, for example, there's a business and they want to protect their IP. What are the steps? Identifying their IP. Businesses should identify all of the IP assets, including patents, trademark, copyright, and trade secrets. Registering their IP, businesses should register trademark and copyright with the appropriate government agency. Patent also registered, but the registration is not required to obtain patent protection. Keeping their IP confidential, businesses should keep their trade secrets confidential by taking steps to prevent unauthorized disclosure. Monitoring for infringement, businesses should monitor the market for unauthorized use of their IP. Taking action against infringement, businesses should take action against infringement such as sending cease and instead of filing lawsuits. Now, last but not the least, IP issues can arise in a variety of contexts. You understand in what context IP issues we can have infringement. Infringement means infringement occurs when someone uses an IP without the permission of the owner. Okay, misappropriation means someone takes advantage of IP without owner's permission, but does not technically infringe the IP. For example, misappropriation can occur when someone uses an IP to trade on the goodwill of the owner. Licensing is an agreement between an IP owner and another party which allows other party to use the IP in exchange for a fee. Enforcement is the process of taking legal action to protect an IP from infringement or misappropriation. So, enforcement can be a complex, expensive process and there is no guarantee to be successful. So, IP issues are infringement, misappropriation, licensing and enforcement. Okay, so thank you so much. Hope you had a good time. Have a wonderful day.